Swift Publisher can help you print business cards and labels. Creation of these documents is very similar, so we will learn them together by the example of business cards. Any details specific to labels will be mentioned separately. Your work on a new document begins in the template gallery. It opens up automatically when you run the program. To display it again, choose File, New from the menu. Depending on your project, you need to choose a template either from the business cards or labels category. Each category includes blank labels and completed designs you can customize. Let's choose this business card template. Now we are ready to edit it. First of all, we need to select the paper layout. It must be the same as a paper stock you will print on or a compatible one. The program allows changing the layout at any time, but this may require you to alter the design if a new layout has other dimensions. To open the paper layout library, click on the Change Layout button in the inspector. The drop-down menu at the top indicates what type of paper is listed. In our case, it's business cards. The other options are labels, envelopes, and postcards. So if you're working on a label design, labels should be selected here. To find your paper in the list, type its product number into the search field. For example, type 8859 in order to find Avery 8859. The Customize button lets you create a new layout. This is useful if the paper you're going to print on is not listed in the program. For more detail, refer to the program's Help. The preview to the right can give you an idea about a typical arrangement of cards on a sheet. As a rule, it is the US letter or A4 paper format with 8 or 10 identical cards on it. While you are working on your card design, only one card or label is displayed on the canvas. Once you click on the Print button, the program automatically arranges copies of the design on the paper according to the selected layout. Let's select this paper and return to the main window. Business card templates commonly contain two layers. The foreground, which is activated by default, contains all textual information. The background is used for placing images. You can edit only those images which are located in the active layer. That is, to edit or replace the background image, we need to click on the current layer's name on the Layers tab of the inspector and select another layer. I'm going to add a girl riding a bike to the background. Now let's move on to customizing the contact details. To edit text, simply double-click on it and type what you need. I'd like to show you a more advanced way which is useful when creating business cards and mailing labels. It uses contact details already present in your contacts or address book. A key element of this feature is dynamic data fields. They are automatically populated with information during printing. To add a dynamic field, choose it from the Insert, Address Field menu. A dynamic field displays its name until you select a contact. Since you cannot see the actual content at this step, pay attention to text alignment. It defines which text field size should be fixed. Since we are placing the telephone and email fields far to the right, we need to set alignment to the right. Another important thing is the text color. Make it contrast in relation to the background. In our design, white is better readable than black. Let's move on to the final step, to printing. Swift Publisher adds its printing settings to the standard print dialog. You might remember that the paper layout we selected contains 10 cards. By default, all positions in the layout are filled in. The program lets you control the amount and placement of cards on the sheet. If you wish to print only 5 cards, type 5 into the quantity field. Supposing now that half of the cards have already been printed, you can print the rest by starting from the 6th position. This feature allows you to reuse paper if you print a few cards or labels at a time. In order to print more than 10 cards, use the quantity field. Behind the Options button, you can find an option to print cut marks, and also the printer calibration tool. What remains to do is to import personal details to fill in the dynamic fields. The Print List button brings up your contact list. By default, your own contact is selected. If you're printing for yourself, no change is needed. If you wish to print for another person, select the respective contact and deselect your own. To print business cards for several people, select Several Contacts. Identically, if you need to print mailing labels, select people whose addresses should be printed. When you are ready to print, check the preview. Click the PDF button and select the Open PDF in Preview option. You can see how text fits the design. It is especially useful if you selected several contacts and the amount of text varies from card to card. Finally, click the Print button and wait until the printer finishes its job.